It's 1970. Angela Davis walks out of UCLA, an academic, a target, and now a fugitive. The FBI's 10 most wanted list has her name in bold. But before she became a headline, she was a girl growing up on Dynamite Hill, Birmingham, where bombings were everyday threats. How did a childhood scarred by violence spark a global fight for justice? Hold tight, because Angela Davis's story rewrites everything you think you know about struggle and survival. Angela's roots on Dynamite Hill weren't just geography. They were the first spark in a lifelong blaze of resistance. Rising from chaos, she found her voice where many couldn't even speak. Angela's childhood home in Birmingham, Alabama, dubbed Dynamite Hill, was no accident of history. It was a battleground. Bombs exploded regularly in black neighborhoods as white supremacists sought to instill terror. Yet, Angela's family, unbowed, became pillars of black intellectualism and resistance. Her mother taught her that standing firm was a survival strategy, not just a gesture. Think of activism here like an underground river, carving through rocks no one else dared to move. Angela absorbed this channel of resilience from family dinners filled with fierce debate and community meetings. That early network was her blueprint for change, steady, relentless, hidden but unstoppable. This crucible of violence and love forged Angela into more than a survivor. She became a scholar who wielded knowledge as a weapon. She didn't just study philosophy, she lived it, proving that intellect combined with activism could shake universities and governments alike. Fast forward to the 1970s. Angela Davis goes from professor to public enemy #1 in a breathtaking legal and political drama that traps the entire nation in a question: who's really guilty? In 1970, Angela Davis was thrust into a surreal nightmare when she was charged with conspiracy, murder, and kidnapping linked to a courtroom takeover by the Soledad brothers' supporters. Despite no direct evidence connecting her to the violence, the FBI placed her on its 10 most wanted list. This trial was less about facts and more about fear, America's fear of radical black thought. Her legal battle was a masterclass in how state power hunts dissenters. Picture a giant octopus squeezing activists with tentacles. Surveillance, smear campaigns, legal persecution. Angela's experience exposed the machinery governments use to silence revolution before it starts. But Angela flipped the script. The courtroom wasn't just a trial, it became a stage. She transformed her defense into a platform for abolition and liberty, rallying international solidarity. The verdict? Not only was she acquitted, but she ignited a movement redefining justice far beyond prison walls. Angela's fight didn't stop with freedom. She pointed our gaze deeper, beyond the courtroom, beyond prisons themselves, toward a radical reimagining of justice that still echoes today. Long before prison abolition was a buzzword, Angela Davis was boldly dismantling the prison industrial complex with fierce clarity. She argued prisons aren't about justice. They're warehouses of oppression. This framework wasn't just critique, it was a call to envision an entirely different system, one built on restoration, not punishment. Her activism wove together threads of feminism, queer liberation, and black power into a unified tapestry. Angela saw these movements not in isolation, but as forces amplifying each other's fight against intersecting systems of domination. It's like weaving a safety net where no thread alone could hold. By the end, you realize her story isn't just about surviving oppression, but transcending it. Freedom means uprooting the very systems designed to contain us and planting new communities based on love, healing, and radical justice. A vision as urgent today as ever. Back on Dynamite Hill, the echoes of those bomb blasts still ring, except now they're matched by shouts for justice, not fear. Angela's journey from girl to fugitive to abolitionist legend shows us how pain becomes power when we rewrite the story on our own terms. So next time injustice hits close to home, ask yourself, how can your story spark the next revolution? Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.